the unbridled power of a true icon. Hello Borahae family! Welcome back to InfinityBorahae. Every once in a while, the world of music, fashion, and culture witnesses a phenomenon so powerful that it completely shifts the trajectory of how we perceive global influence. We live in an era where the word impact gets thrown around very loosely. People love to use numbers, trending topics, and temporary hype to claim that they have changed the game. But true impact cannot be artificial, cannot be manufactured through desperation or forced algorithms. Impact is something organic, undeniable, and utterly unstoppable. Today, we are taking a deep dive into what it truly means to hold absolute cultural power through the lens of one of the most beloved, respected, and iconic figures of our generation, Park Jimin. From dedicated fans creating innovative platforms to celebrate his everyday style, to global auctions where his very name reshapes charity milestones and wakes up the entire industry, Jimin continues to prove that his influence is not just a moment in time, it is a movement. Sit back, relax, and let's explore the jaw-dropping reality of the Jimin Impact. Innovation in the fandom, creativity at a new level. Let's begin with something that showcases the unprecedented creativity and dedication of Jimin's fandom. Fan support is often measured by streaming goals and social media voting, but Jimin's supporters operate on an entirely different level of innovation and sophistication. Recently, a brilliant Jimin fan created a dedicated website designed specifically for anyone wanting to emulate Jimin's iconic aesthetic. This website serves as a complete, curated directory where you can explore the exact products used by Jimin himself. But we are talking about everything from his high-fashion wardrobe pieces and signature streetwear, to his daily skincare routines, delicate jewelry, and everyday accessories. What makes this site an absolute miracle for online shoppers is its pure convenience. Every single item listed comes with direct Amazon links, making it effortless for fans around the world to access his favorite items. This isn't just a fan project, it is a creative hub that bridges the gap between a global icon and the people who admire his style. And the innovation doesn't stop there. Platforms like @Jimination_ have created exclusive, high-end destination sites where fans can directly purchase Jimin's music, navigating through seamless links for official albums, exclusive merchandise, and verified fan site creations. These platforms embody the quiet brilliance of Jimin's community. They don't just consume content, they build ecosystems of support that deserve every bit of appreciation and recognition. Defining real impact, the ripple in the water. Now, let's address a fundamental question that often gets debated in modern pop culture. What actually constitutes impact? Put simply, impact is a clear, powerful, and lasting change created in people's behavior, opinions, culture, the market, or an entire system, all stemming from the actions, presence, or choices of a specific person. Normally, we don't call begging for attention or forced hype an impact. Real impact happens naturally, effortlessly, and organically. Think of it like throwing a stone into a quiet pool full of water. The moment that stone hits the surface, ripples spread rapidly all over the entire body of water, right? Just like that, when what one single person does shakes an entire industry or resonates across the whole world, that is what we call an impact. And Park Jimin has been throwing those stones into the culture for years. Whether it is crashing server sites by wearing a simple sweater, making luxury fashion houses redefine their global ambassador strategies, or raising massive global awareness for charitable causes simply by participating, Jimin's actions consistently create waves that touch every corner of the globe. The auction that woke up the industry. A prime example of this undeniable force occurred recently during a high-profile global charity auction. The influence of Jimin's presence and bidding power was so massive that it literally woke up those who were asleep in the industry, and frankly made certain critics and rivals feel deeply insecure. Do you know what the most hilarious thing about this dynamic is? Whenever Jimin achieves something extraordinary or stands at the absolute #1 spot, there is always a certain group of people who simply cannot digest his success. They literally scramble, panic, and mobilize everyone they know just to try and defeat him. They run campaign after campaign, begging for numbers, driven purely by the fear of seeing Jimin win. And in the end, when their numbers artificially go up as a result of trying to counter him, they go crazy screaming about their own impact. But let's look at the reality behind that logic for a second. Who actually drove that movement? Who was the catalyst? It was Park Jimin. Without Jimin setting the bar, without Jimin creating the wave, those people wouldn't have even moved a finger. His sheer existence forced them into action. A victory for humanity and the power of good. Thanks to the massive media coverage surrounding Jimin's news, he ultimately turned this auction into a historic, roaring success. So many people joined in, fueled by competition just to dethrone him or give him a fight. But here is the most heartwarming and beautiful plot twist of all. I'm honestly so happy for Jimin, because those who rushed in to compete didn't even realize the broader picture at first. Thanks to Jimin, thousands of people who were completely unaware of this initiative suddenly discovered that such a meaningful charity auction existed in the first place. And because of that intense engagement sparked by Jimin's presence, a huge, life-changing amount of money was raised, going directly to children in need around the world. Think about how poetic and beautiful that is. Jimin's light shines so brightly that even those who attempt to overshadow him end up contributing to a noble cause. He turns competitive noise into real-world, life-saving aid for vulnerable children. That is the ultimate form of grace. That is the ultimate form of leadership. He doesn't need to shout, brag, or push people down. He simply leads by example, and the world follows, sometimes intentionally and sometimes completely by accident. The unstoppable nature of the Jimin effect. If you look around social media today, the news of his influence is everywhere, going viral across every platform. Everywhere you look, on every timeline, in every news article, it is him. This is what you call the true Jimin Impact. It is something that happens naturally because of his character, his talent, his authenticity, and his heart. It is not something you get by begging people for retweets, streams, or artificial metrics. People follow Jimin because they trust him. They love him because he moves with sincerity and humility. Whether he is interacting with a humble bus driver, supporting his fellow bandmates, or dominating global charts, Park Jimin remains rooted in quiet strength, grace, and unmatched charm. He proves day in and day out that true royalty doesn't need to announce its crown. His legacy is being written not just in trophies or record books, but in the hearts of millions of people whose lives are brighter because he exists. What are your thoughts on the amazing Jimin Impact and the incredible fan projects like the New Style Directory? Isn't it inspiring to see how Jimin's influence consistently brings about real, positive change in the world? Please share your thoughts and drop your purple hearts in the comments section below. Let's fill the comment section with endless love, positivity, and support for Park Jimin. If you loved this deep dive into Jimin's global influence, please smash the like button on this video. Share this video with your fellow armies to spread the truth about genuine impact and love. Don't forget to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another story here on InfinityBorahae. Thank you so much for watching and celebrating this journey with us today. Stay safe, stay positive, and as always, Borahae, Purple Heart.